And as you connect to this time, 100 years in the future, what are those first impressions that you're getting? What do you see?
I was really getting this sense of expansiveness, yet this deep interconnectivity, almost like telepathy was what is the norm. Almost like how we have Wi-Fi now with devices. It's like that with with those living. There's this other network that you can connect into that connects with all of life, or family members, or consciousness, is as to wherever you choose to connect. There is this kind of ask and response. It's like having your phone plugged back in a cosmic kind of way.
Mhm. Very interesting. And is that, are you constantly receiving information, or how does the information flow to you?
It's almost like if you are in alignment or resonance, these things will flow to you, including things like knowledge. There has been much knowledge destroyed and lost over time, but it was never ever truly removed. And it's almost like this it's almost like this library of knowledge that those living have higher access to, just on a more of a easy, regular day-to-day. It's like the inner technology has been upgraded, so there's more information that easily comes to you just naturally, just like breathing. It's less of a ritual and more of a embodiment.
Mm. So it sounds very natural.
It's like consciousness. It's like high-tech consciousness.
Mm.
That's and perhaps there is the blend of both, but the consciousness, when focused with the intentions of the purist, it's very different to now.
Hmm.
It's almost instant manifestation, instant synchronicities and resonance, and it's very obvious very quickly where you are.
Mm. Well, I was curious about how does that affect your day-to-day life, or how you move through the world? You said that it's very different from now. I'm curious how that affects your day-to-day, that connection.
So how technology now also brings a lot of detrimental stress. There's a lot of negative or self-destructive patterns that come from it, or even the body being uh, depleted of dopamine because you're constantly scrolling and stuff. You don't
Hmm.
that there is no need to doom scroll in the future. Like the energy, the knowledge, the how to do things is it could be a near on instantaneous experience when setting your attention and intention in the right direction. A bit like, I'm almost getting a little bit like Neo, how he was like, I want to learn kung fu, and then he sets his attention on it, however long it chose for that information to upload into his system. it's similar to that, but it's natural. It's like life has found its balance. There is technology, but it's being used consciously, and it doesn't harm. It absolutely helps all life. Yeah, how it was intended, how it could have always been, but that those are the moments that we're moving into. It's rather beautiful.
Sounds like it. So the technology is very consciousness based. Do we interact with the technology in the same ways as we do now in 2026?
It almost feels like this. Whether it's just almost like a kind of galactic AI or just that consciousness of knowledge, because AI is a lot of information. Consider it like a library of knowledge that also has its own consciousness, or you can drive it to do different tasks. But it feels like there's a blur. But there's also the separation, but there's all these layers that all coincide with each other, and it's very harmonious when you're engaging and using technology with consciousness. It's, before the last conversation we had, and we noticed the buildings. You said the buildings were this natural shapes that had been formed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like that. It was like a natural, almost like a housing terraform, like it's set to work, but it wasn't scary. It was like very harmonious and in tune, like programming nature, programming the reality you're in. Does sound a bit woo. It is a little bit woo. It's a bit more woo than now, but on a on a far more accepted. It's very much it's a part of life. Like science and spirituality are one and the same thing. We're moving into the territory where things are becoming more balanced, where it's not this or this, it's this and this and this, and maybe a little less of that, where truth isn't forced upon anyone, nor is coercive behaviors to cause fear, which then causes people to choose different decisions based on that, rather than a balanced place. So it's very, it feels very light and harmonious, very empowering as well, actually.
It sounds like it. I was curious about the programming of the materials or the programming of the buildings. Is that something that's done through technology or through consciousness, or is it both?
It feels both, and it feels it's not of this. It's like it is of this world, but it's not. So perhaps it's something else that comes along the way. It reveals itself. But it's very beautiful. It's like old. I've got Mayan. That was the word that popped into my head. Around those times when they had their place of worship, the temples, the history, their connection with their star lineage. It's similar ilk. It's like another cycle. It's like a new iteration where our star brothers and sisters are among us more, and it's integrated, and they bring the gifts and technologies and consciousness, they bring that knowledge to us more as to how can we design our reality and code it with the things that we do truly want.
Mm, that's so fascinating. I know
Mm.
in our last exploration, we had gotten the information that some of the building materials that we were using was technology from beyond. I'm curious if you're getting any sense of what other uh, technologies or materials or um, what are some of the other ways that uh, this more regular interaction with our star family beyond Earth's borders here. What else are they bringing to us? What else do they bring?
I'm I was getting they were bringing technology and things to help us heal the elements that we have on Earth. So things like purifying the water, restructuring it, bringing it back to life in its most original source form without it being corrupted by pipe pipe shapes, how water's stored.
Mm,
Lots of things that we take for granted right now, and many of the things that there are people that are ahead of their time right now that have been ostracized, um, or called crazy, yet in the future, the things that they are doing are certainly the source of some of the things that have come out over the years, like
mm,
great inventors. And yeah, it's really it's profound. It's like simple yet genius all at the same time. And I suppose that's the beauty of nature nature being evolved with, it's almost like Earth. Well, it is Earth 2.0, that's what I was getting.
mm,
It is a brand new way of doing things. Brand new. If there were old technologies, um, they are coming back through. They've got further upgrades to them to this new frequency.
mm. When you say old technologies, do you mean like ancient technology before our kind of our modern age, or are you talking about technology from now, like 2026?
I was feeling from the Egyptian times,
Mm,
like the pyramids, the lost technologies that they were using then. Um, so there's going to be different things coming through, some old and new, but it's going to be quite a ride. And yeah, just as we said before, but it doesn't feel like not everyone will have this as part of their lives, but it is certainly, if those that seek it, they will find it, they will get to experience it. And the continuing evolution of their soul, it lives on and it changes form, and it's the conscious technology and application. I was getting the phrase like free for all. So even things like, so we had the Egyptian technologies that we don't really know much about at all, really. More of that will reveal itself in the years to come, but also things like free energy and things like that. As time goes on, those natural resources, those types of things, there will be more of that. It will become the norm to have free energy, and it may even be also backed and relinked back to the crystalline grid. You know, crystals in Atlantis times, they would hold energy and charge, and they would light up cities. It's similar. It's kind of all overlapping. Very. Have you seen the new Avatar?
I have not seen that one yet. No.
Ah, I watched it at the weekend, and I'm. You know how they have these like luminous plants that
Mhm.
kind of like these beautiful feather things that glow. You know, it's almost like that. There will be natural beauty, there will be conscious technology, there will be an array of different ways that we interact with the world, and it's very it's more evolved than we are now.
Mhm.
Some to that we wouldn't be able to get our head around, but it will be one of those acceptance. Acceptance is the big one,
Mm.
and having an open mind to not being able to perceive everything physically, not always, but when you're in alignment and resonance, nature unfolds, nature reveals the truth, nature reveals the intention manifesting into something that is experienced by many.
Mhm. Fascinating. So you spoke about some people not experiencing all of this that you're seeing as far as the advancements and the changes in technology. Can you tell us a little bit more about uh, what what the changes do look like for um, the different paths or the different um, I guess opportunities for this future?
It certainly feels like the self-sustainability is a big part of that, and it becomes more very much more community led. uh People pulling their resources together, their intellect, their intentions, especially when it might be to solve something that is uh that would benefit many, not just the few. So there is a lot of banding together with feels like meditation and prayer, and that pure intention of being together or working as one, working as a collective, working, you know, it's like an extended family. uh so that's that kind of those that embrace love, those that embrace opportunity and challenges and adventures rather than something that is to be shied away from. That seems to be there will be a very small population that is still in the struggling mode. It's not fully shifted over. It's like it's not 100% on Earth, but I mean, with all of these peeking into the future, this is a right here, right now, peeking in to see what it may or may look like. But it is just one overview of right now. Um, and as with anything, we can change our future
Hmm.
by making changes to our present. And when we change our present, we can also go back and reweave healing into our past, which affects our present. So,
Absolutely.
and this conscious timeline, personal timeline healing is also it's a known for everyone. It's a real time of self-responsibility, and actually those that take the opportunity for self-responsibility and self-growth, they're the ones that have the uh highest ex like no, not highest excellence. They evolve. They evolve faster. They're able to do more things in a shorter space of time, not having to wait lifetimes to get through to do certain or have certain lessons or experiences. It's really quite it's fast and quantum if you choose it. Um, so, but if you're a bit slower, you kind of you're still there. You know, Earth is she still holds those that are still in the highest alignment to be here. It's not as if the Earth is completely eradicated from all negativity. There have been times in the past where we have had resets, but this isn't one of them. It's not like that. So that can be put aside from people's fears, is that we will have, life is full of challenges and opportunities for growth, which normally comes through as challenges, or if you want to reframe it as an adventure. And these are some of the conscious tools that are used in the future as well. Just it helps to retune your frequency to where is the best space for you to be in. Not deferring to old ways of rejecting, not receiving, finding it hard to accept others for who they are as much as themselves. There may still be a few of those around, but there will be far less, and the majority will be seeking that inner embodiment. What was the question that you asked? I've totally
You went where you needed to go. I love that answer. So it sounds like Earth will continue to be a school and still have opportunities for learning and growth, just in different ways.
Yes, yeah. And if you're open to the opportunity for growth, you will excel in a very short space of time. And it's the same for now as well, but time seems like the quantum of things happening seem even more instant, even more magnetically instant than now, because the vibration is even higher on Earth. So there's a be careful what you think. Almost that sort of mentality, but it's a lot. It feels a lot more peaceful and softer and quieter. A lot calmer. Like everything's very much tuned to nature, synchronizing with nature, and also honoring the fact that everyone is completely unique. They're unique from the experiences they've had here on Earth and people's past lives, and full lives, past, present, future, are also honored and recognized then as well. It's these things are celebrated, the soul's journey as a whole. There's more, it feels much more normal for people to be taking care of every aspect of their lives, not just what's the phrase, keeping up with the Joneses, that kind of thing. It's important. It's really important. People, those that are here, are empowered when they're on the right track to change their lives, to help the betterment of all, including their family lineages.
I'm curious, along those lines, do more people or do all people retain their memories from their past lives in this future lifetime?
It really depends. It depends on where they are on their soul journey. They all have the opportunity to access, and some older and some younger also have it's not like a fixed a certain age bracket can access it. It's really on the development of the soul, and also whether or not they have had the opportunity to integrate and heal from past traumas as well. A lot of the time, the things that people can't remember is because it would be too traumatic to remember. So it gets played out in a softer way throughout your living time now in order to resolve the pains from the past. So sometimes it's not always necessarily needed to remember it, but it seems a lot clearer and quicker when trying to resolve things.
Mm.
It just
Has
seems
to.
more instantaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. So it sounds like the ability for work to be completed, or to have those realizations, or that healing happen in a quicker way, are, I suppose, soul wise, we're prepared for that. Is there uh, you mentioned worrying about, or being careful with your thoughts. I was curious if there was sort of manifestation mishaps that happen in the future, or is there more training that we go through as a culture, society?
Yeah, I think this is where the telepathy part, it's like training when you have new clairs that start coming online, like clairsentience is that inner knowing, the clairaudience is the inner hearing. But telepathy is when you can have conversation with people. You might look at them, or you might even not look at them and be in a different room or a different space, but you're having this inner connection um on a kind of cosmic hotline. And I think it seems like it's part of that. There's a process of people learning how energy works, how consciousness works, and also how um, your thoughts are broadcasted out to the ether, and how to really manage it. So, uh, like best practices, I suppose, is is a good way of saying it. But it
Hmm.
becomes very ingrained rather than thinking that you're disconnected. No one can hear you, no one cares. It's like no, everyone knows they are absolutely connected to source. They have a unity connection to one another if they so choose to resonate within this field, which also allows them access to things like telepathy. And with their soul evolution, it feels like it's alongside our galactic friends. So they're bringing like these new layers of wisdom and consciousness into to help humanity evolve further. But that also comes from star seeds that have this knowledge within them, and it comes through them, like me and you, Jake. And there'll be plenty of others that have higher knowledge coming through us to share to the masses. And when it resonates, people will know it's for them. They'll just feel it in the body. And that is also the beginning of this telepathic, this unity frequency of information, which is you know if something is right or wrong because your body will tell you. If it feels stuck or blocked or choked or something that doesn't feel good, you know that, or tight, or you haven't even got a feeling at all, you know that it's not true, or it's not as it is just showing itself to be. So people's senses are coming online. Their inner intuition is reactivating, the things that have been quieted and turned off or down for many for such a long time is less of a thing now. More like a lot more people are activated. They are intrinsically always connected with their higher selves. There's no separation. There's people are really able to embody more of them into themselves and into their everyday lives. It's very beautiful. It's very, how people say like your body is your temple, and it really does feel like that. And then wherever you take your body, you people really take this peace with them.
Mm. That's so beautiful.
Mm.
I was curious. You mentioned the body, and I was curious if you have a sense of your body in this future. Do you have a form? Do you have a body?
No, I'm formless.
Hmm,
I'm kind of just a color, light, energy, just kind of observing.
okay, I was
um,
curious.
yeah, it's almost like this was the big life, and then no, in 100 years' time, it's still just seeing how things are going. But I'm taking, I'm having a rest, baby.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Well, you had mentioned the ways that the natural world and our connection to nature, our connection to the earth shifts and changes. And we got a sense of this last time as well. But I'm curious what else you're aware of, or what other impressions you're getting around the ways that our connection to the earth, our connection to nature change as we move forward, as we move towards this
Mm.
future.
I was actually getting, when you were speaking, I was getting telepathy with animals and that animal communication and the respect um, between humanity and animals will come way more back into balance. Like everything will find its place and its space in harmony. There's no one or no thing is put above anyone else. You have guardians and guardianships, and that's where humanity comes in for the spaces, for the to take care of the land and um, the the creatures that live there, as well as each other. There is a lot on care and kindness and really taking care and responsibility um, for these beautiful and profound friends that we share on this planet.
Mhm. I'd love to hear that. That's wonderful to hear. What other ways do our relationship with the animals change?
It's almost like I was getting dogs, but they weren't on leads. Like the communication between animal and human was also at a much higher respect level as well. I don't know, it just seems like everyone and everything is way more balanced. Like they've all found this kind of harmony within, and from finding that harmony within, they're also able to connect and have that harmony with others, animals, um, all sorts. Yeah, you know, nature. There's this kind of air of almost Harry Potter, like. Yeah, we're starting to get into the realms of that a little bit. It's very kind of sci-fi novel, really.
Hmm.
But beautiful. It's a beautiful natural sci-fi novel.
I
Yeah.
guess I'm curious what you're seeing, or what those impressions you're getting. Are you seeing like different? Uh, yeah, I'd love if you could describe a little bit of what it is that you're getting.
It's you know, the sense I get is those natural mushroom pearlescent, like bright uh buildings that you were seeing before, and I saw it when I was facilitating with you. But
Hmm.
it's that kind of feeling. It's almost then with like flying saucers getting about, as well as, you know, different types of. It's literally like if you were to write a book that was completely different to now, you know, it's that kind of thing. It's you wouldn't recognize it. There's some things you'd be like, ah, like the pure Earth 1.0. You know, you have like trees and grass and things, but then you've got these Earth 2.0 or 3.0, how whatever it is, and it's just new. It's like I can't even explain it. These like these extra dimensions and layers to life, but you can only access it when you have the keys able to access these aspects in life. Like the magic is still protected. Not all can see it or access it. If you have a good pure heart, you will be able to connect to it. Same with like being able to connect with the elementals and the fairies and really getting that, like all of these higher dimensional kingdoms and elementals and beings that aren't fully in the 3D realm, but the 4D and above, you know, the higher the frequencies in certain areas around the world have higher frequencies, just as other areas of the world are still clearing karma or purifying and refreshing nature and bringing it back into harmony and balance. Everything's about balance. Everything's about balance.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm curious as well. We touched on the animal kingdom. I'm curious about the plant kingdom and our plant friends, the trees, the flowers, the all of these plants that we share this earth with as well. I'm curious what sense you're getting around the changes in our relationship to plants.
Respect goes up. The not taking things for granted is a very it's like a thread throughout humanity or just existence, which is respect to all living beings, including plant. They have consciousness, they give their life. They are certainly, again, it seems like that old new wisdom. There's old knowledge of how to use nature and in combinations to support good well-being, good like nourishment, being able to re-nourish the land and the animals and humanity and energizing it at a much deeper level. And yeah, it's just it feels like it's bridging the old and the new into something completely new.
Mm. I'm reminded of the ways that that trees, especially, we view trees as knowledge keepers, as these strong beings that I mean witness so much, and so I'm curious around that knowledge and wisdom and that the watching that the trees do. Um,
Mm.
is there is there any way that they help and facilitate this like transition into this new way of being?
Yes, I was getting they work with like medicine women. You know how they would have been in the way back. There will be select souls that truly are able to hold the resonance of Mother Nature and of these different paradigms, which all kind of end up converging. But they bring a lot of wisdom. They're bringing old wisdom that, again, the trees, the knowledge that they have observed and stored within their roots that have interconnected with one another around the world, and including the like the mycelium network, the mushroom network, which also is extensive, like the tree root network that covers the entire world. There's living knowledge within all of these libraries of existence, much like Avatar. it's 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 showing us where we've been and also where we're going. That's probably the best way of putting it.
Mm. Hmm.
And remembering that we were always able to connect. So it's a bit like you you remember, you have your memory wiped, and then you're now re-remembering all the things that you originally could do in the first place, and then some, and then you're getting all of the additional layers and gifts from God, gifts for even choosing the opportunity to have the experience to master yourself on Earth. This is a hardcore planet to learn from, but it's absolute like mastership. It's very fortifying on the soul.
Wow. Yeah, it definitely is a planet of dynamic energy. And it sounds like that doesn't necessarily change. It just, well, it does change, but it maintains its dynamicism, it sounds like.
Yes, and complexity in its simplicity. So there's
Mhm.
it feels like you can either see it as complex or simple, or somewhere but that combines the two. But the black and white thinking, that's what gets people trapped into not accepting and not having their hearts open enough to know that they're worthy to have an experience, to experience what love truly looks and feels and acts like. Just even by, if they were to observe nature in all of its pure glory and joy, and the playfulness that it now also is morphing into this new phase of interconnectivity. Yeah, it's almost like we're getting optical wireless connection, but it's conscious. Yeah, it's very cool. And we're at, right here, like in 2026, as we're recording this, we are already in the stages of us interconnecting. This new version of Earth and ourselves is happening in real time, and it is affecting our future, which is where we currently are in this space, kind of looking at 100 years in the future. So it's everything's connected. Everything's connected.
Wow, yeah. And it seems like that interconnectedness is also part of why we're feeling called to reach out and to start to tap into these future timelines and this information. It seems like that's a part of our now moment in building this. Will there be more of this? Well, I guess you spoke about the quantum changing and kind of amplifying. Will there be more of this sort of time work in the future as well?
Yes, absolutely. Because they know that in the future they can affect their past. So just as we have learned with future vision that we can go back and we can send healing to our past, and it does affect and reflect in our now time. We have it in our future. Even if we're like me and you are conscious, we are consciousness, we are light observing. Yet we are still part of the dynamic nature of Earth, but we have had many lifetimes here, and we also want to see her have the best version of herself. Like, we were both called here many moons ago to help, and in our different iterations we have chosen different ways to be able to receive the information that is in the highest for whoever resonates with it, and then that information gets passed along. It's like planting a seed in people's consciousness to remind them that they are not alone. They all will always have the interconnectivity of source and universe, and the way that they can get to it is through their own hearts. Not to shut down, not to go back to old ways of anger, of destruction. There is self-preservation and protection, absolutely, but the feeling has morphed and changed. Power is not yielded in the same way as it is now. People are more free, more interconnected with themselves, with each other, with source, with nature. It's like a real I want to say communion. It's very beautiful, very beautiful. Just how it should have been or could have been, but we had to go through these. It's almost like going through dark iterations to just be able to wash away the things that are poisonous and self-destructive in nature, because a rotten apple doesn't get any less rotten, but if you remove it from the good apples, it's not going to spread. And it's a bit like that with the future selves, future consciousness, is they want to help us now in this time, so we can all save time, we can all save the amount of pain and suffering and strife each and every single one of us gets to experience, just by becoming aware that we are responsible for our thoughts, what we think, how we behave, and also what we're calling into existence. So if you're going to be the rotten apple and then you're complaining why life isn't so great, then you need to look are you being rotten? Like where are you being rotten in your life? Or where are other people being rotten in their life? And is it something that, one, you can affect? Is it your responsibility? Can you walk away from it? Or is there something that you could do to help them if they are open to it? So there seems to be a lot of deep grooves to find oneself, to really take ownership. But there is a lot of peace that comes with it too. It does feel like people are a lot less needy. They're more complete. And then they're stronger as well with those that are interconnected with them, including family and animals and whomever they're caring for, the earth. It's stronger, it's united, it's no longer separate. It's everyone is together as one. It's yeah.
I was thinking about when you were talking about that connection to the earth and that connection to all of those beings that are around us. I feel like there's a lot of focus on like physical location now in 2026, and a lot of people wanting to move or be in different places. And I'm just curious if, like, how do we connect with the land and the earth? How do we choose our home, or where do we end up? That's like best for us. I'm curious what you're sensing on that.
What was coming through was, if you have a living plant at home, or if you have a garden or a park that you can go and spend some time with, find a nice tree if you are in an open space, or find yourself a nice plant. And the best thing that you can do is to get into a state of meditation, like shut your eyes. Much is kind of what we're doing today. It's like, get into a nice relaxed state, breathe as if you're now breathing with the plant or the tree. And then it's almost like you're imagining that you're becoming harmonized with this breath in, the carbon dioxide out, oxygen in, and the tree does the reverse. Oxygen out by the tree, and it takes in the carbon dioxide. So you're already in this symbiotic relationship. You're in this partnership. There's this support. When it comes to any kind of questions that you have, or even if you're feeling like there are locations that you're feeling particularly drawn to, you can meditate on these and ask in your heart of hearts, is it somewhere that I need to visit for short term? You could say ask for short, medium, or long term.
Mm,
It might just be that your soul wants to revisit a place that you're feeling particularly drawn to. It could be a weekend, it could be a month, it could be 6 months, a year. But there's something there, and to listen and to trust your inner intuition for the areas that you are feeling drawn to. It might be that there's new opportunities that you're going there for, or you may feel like you want to go there for recuperation and rejuvenation, or you want to go there and create something, or make a change, or do collaborations. So with the locations, again, just tune into what feels right and what's the intention of going to that space, and for how long. It might just be a short term thing. And also, if you don't have any names of places that you would like to go, come into meditation and just ask your higher self, just breathe with your heart, hold the plant, or just feel the tree against your body, and then just ask your higher self to give some names, some ideas for where what earth location should be under your feet next, and just flow with that, and know that it doesn't matter how long it takes, just keep breathing and the plants will guide you. They will help you find your routes to your next destination.
mm. I love that so much. And
Mm.
what a beautiful answer that's so centered on the connection and on the support of the community, and the community being your trees or the plants
Mm.
in your space. I love that so much.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I was curious as well around the work that we do with plants, and I know you, Jennifer, you work with essential oils, and I love my tinctures and flower essences.
Mm.
And I'm just curious if there's new ways that we work with the plants in the future, if there are um, new ways that we partner with these allies that we have.
Mm. Yeah, it feels again that conscious technology, like natural living conscious technology. Uh, Again, there will be old knowledge that is coming to the surface now,
Mm,
as well as it will continue being revealed. It does feel like our ET friends, they will have more knowledge that starts to filter through to communities, how to best enhance and optimize using plants
mm,
as a way of life, as a way of regulating and nourishing and balancing the body. So it feels like it's kind of going full circle back to its original point, that nature was always there to support us, and she will always be there to support us. That's We're living on her. That's part of our deal.
mhm,
If we went to have this interaction, have this relationship with her, we would have been born on another planet that would have had different um emotional, physical, spiritual, um botanical needs. It's like the different planets have different frequencies for the botanicals that are there, so the
mm,
experiences that you're having here will resonate with with an experience. It's a soul lesson. People sometimes get ill, but then they be able to um, commune and have this connection and remembrance with uh, and it feels like in a very almost starts to become more ritualistic as well, and that this transformation mode for well-being is really harmonizing back together again. It's not take a pill and forget about it. It's something's causing imbalance, so how can I use nature as a way to help me rebalance myself, because X and Y has brought me out of balance. So it's very holistic. It's very paced. Nothing's rushed. You know how everything's so rushed now?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone feels like they're late.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that. Yeah, technology does come along as well. It's coming along now, but it's again old and new technologies. There's emerging like new stuff. I can't seem to access it, but I know it's good. It's a positive for all.
Yeah. Well, I know that there's limitations to the usefulness of the information we can gather in this way. There are things that must unfurl in their own time, right?
Yes. But there are things now. Again, it's self-responsibility and self-led research. There
Mm.
are things now. It's just how deep, or how integrated would you like to live your life, even now in this life? We can all make the start now.
Yeah. Oh, we absolutely can. And I just keep hearing that message of everyone feels late, and that's not how we feel in the future. And that just like, oof, that gives me so much happiness
Hmm.
and relief. Because I think I was feeling some of that today of feeling late or behind. So I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that feeling, and I'm glad that we can bring that message of hope uh, of an end in sight.
Mm. It's a lot more. Everyone's more present, and it seems because everyone is interweaving and interlinking back with nature, but it's becoming far more of an important part of everyone's day rather than just an afterthought to many.
Mm,
So this the there's less mental space to be worrying about the timing of things, because when you're sinking to the day, you're sinking to the what nature is expressing in that moment. There's a dance with her, so it all feels like this perfect flow. It all feels very synchronistic. That's But unless you're feeling scattered or frustrated or chaotic or out of balance, then you would start to feel these old world, you know, I feel late, or any of those like less than good phrases that you would tell yourself.
mhm,
um but it's what we can do now is, if we find ourselves at any point in time, if you find yourself worrying or stressing that you don't feel like you've done enough, take just take the moment to observe yourself and say, "Oh, I see myself. Okay, and now I love myself enough to just take a pause. I'm going to come back to myself. I'm going to put my hand on my heart. I'm going to breathe. If I've got a plant or a tree nearby or some flowers to smell, I'm going to get back into my body. I'm really going to connect." You could put a drop of essential oil on as well, or plants, however that kind of looks. But they will be a perfect way to rebalance and recenter yourself
mhm, mhm,
anytime, at any point in time. That's partly her role as Mother Gaia, is that she is playing the role of a mother. She is a place of love and nurture. She nurtures you, she feeds you, she dresses you, and she creates a safe space for you to have experiences and interactions. And she's kind of like the silent mother that doesn't really get involved, but she's always there when you need her. And it's the same for now.
Mm.
And I want to say at this point as well, if anyone listening doesn't have a good relationship with their mother, or they don't know their mother, you can connect with Mother Earth at any point and begin that relationship with her. Like, breathe through your heart and feel your heart connect with her heart, and just call in Mother Love, and that will also bring you peace, bring you grounding, and she will help bring you clarity for the things that you need in that moment. Because if you're concerned that you're not going at the right pace, it might be that there's one little thing that says, it might even be just saying, enjoy the process. We don't need to race. Enjoy the process. That's part of the experience. It's not always the end outcome. It's how we got there and how we helped others getting there. Because when we deepen our inner learnings when we teach others, this is what we do as well. And it helps others continue their growth. And then it's this cumulative cycle where everyone's growing, expanding, improving, feeling more confident with life. They have more clarity, and they feel more present and interconnected with one another, where the stresses of the old world are fading so fast because they've got the interconnection of their heart with nature, with their relationships, even with their pet dogs. They'll be having conversations and they'll hear their pet dog say, "Can you feed me now?" Or let's go for a walk, shall we? We're getting into that kind of, it could almost be a sci-fi movie, but it's just normal life. Very cool.
That does sound very cool. Well, you talked about the journey being part of it, and obviously we are looking ahead, and we do have quite a lot of life to live between now and this point that we're checking in on. And so I'm curious what sort of advice or guidance is coming from this this future non-physical you that we've tapped into. I'm curious what other advice you have for those navigating these changes and the dynamic the dynamic chaos at times here on this planet.
It's Earth is special and unique. It really is a melting pot, and 100 years in the future, it's an even more cosmic melting pot, and it has been a long time coming. It's throughout the times now where we have had sci-fi movies, books being downloaded with all these fantastical realms, there are aspects that are true. And 2026 as we film this, but 100 years ahead, so 2126, is everything that we've been working on now, and that will continue to work throughout our lifetimes and the generations that come after us. So the best things that we can do for our future selves is be the one that takes the responsibility and says, okay, love ultimately is the most important aspect to all of life. It doesn't matter if people say, I don't want love, or whatever it might be. It's like, if you really get down to the source point of most people's pain is because it's a lack of love. It might even be, a lack of love because you don't know what your purpose is. But the aim of the game is to find out who you truly are. And through that, you will find out what your purpose is. You will attract the love of your life, at the version of you that mirrors who you are in the moment. So if you want to be the best version of yourself, you are encoding that I'm every day I'm working on myself to be the best version of me. And that is also what you will receive in the relationships that you have around you. So the being able to consciously use your thoughts and your energy for good is build the life of your dreams now. Don't worry if you don't know how to do it. Now, and this is your conscious technology in 2026, is use AI to help you create, research, create, and action and deliver on things that even 5 or 10 years ago you couldn't have done because you didn't have AI. But this is, you can now use your technology consciously, including your AI. Make it work for you. Don't allow things to get in your way because you feel fearful or you don't know, because both those things can be dispelled. If you don't know, you can find out. And if you're fearful, speak to your fear and find out what it is that a part of you is not feeling heard, or you are genuinely feeling apprehensive about, because it's either it's brand new or you're not fully there. Something's missing. So find out what it is and be that person. Be your own best cheerleader. Like, the best thing that everyone on earth can do to elevate themselves is by truly finding themselves, taking ownership of what's theirs, and also giving back ownership when it's not yours. You don't have to take on everyone's energies or responsibilities as your own. And a lot of peace happens actually by people returning energy that was never theirs to begin with. And this is also where the self-responsibility and the consciousness comes in, is energy is profound and we can use it for good. But you just start simple. That's the best way to better oneself, is just make simple changes each and every single day to better yourself, and reality will be graceful. It will be magical and telepathic and interconnected, and you'll be able to chat to your cat and your dog easily, and and goodness knows what, it really is like an epic
Wow. Yeah, it certainly sounds like it, and I love that reminder of doing small things to change the big things. That it's not about trying to change your life overnight. It's about, okay, what's one small thing that I have power and control over in my own life, in my own actions, in my own thoughts or feelings, um, and I think I'm being reminded that we should always ask for the support that we need as well, whether that be from Gaia, especially if you are someone like me that's anxious or tends to overthink or be very in that mental. It's I think it's especially important to tap into Gaia and
yeah.
to ask for that support as well. Beautiful.
She will help everyone root and ground and find their inner balance, but you just have to seek her and intend that, and you will receive.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's anything else that feels important or is coming to you as information that's needed to be shared at this time.
Only to keep love in your hearts, and remember that love is the most powerful form of protection there is, and that fear is often just reality and perception of reality that needs addressing, and any concerns just being alleviated. But you can transform emotions, you can transform fears into clarity and find peace along the way. Don't ever be put off by fear. It's giving you a signal, it's giving you a little red flag and a warning. And it's a good thing, because the more you know about yourself, the more that you can understand and understand your outer reality and make better decisions. So it's all of these cues and messages that we and intuitions that we have in life are all there to help nudge us in the right direction. And whenever you need, use the different elements to reharmonize what you might feel like you're lacking in. So if you're too much in your head, you're starting to feel really anxious, I want you to start breathing and breathe down through your feet. Imagine you're breathing roots into Mother Earth, and do that for a few breaths. And just allow the thoughts, and you can, tap your body as well. Like, really get into your meridian energy systems. Like, really hone yourself. Really start to your self-mastery is learning who you are at a physical and mental, emotional, and spiritual level. This is the journey. We are all on this individual path. This is the exciting evolution that we are in right now. And just be really sweet and simple with yourself. It's not a race. Everyone goes at different speeds. Everyone has different tasks, and also missions that they have and hold, and everyone is unique. So please don't compare yourself to others. It's so easy to do. We are in a culture of comparing, and it doesn't serve anyone. Unless you're comparing yourself to yourself yesterday, that's really the only comparing that you should be doing. In my personal in my personal world, I found a lot more peace when I stopped looking externally, and I just redirected all of my energy inwards to clear the way. And it's this we get hyper directional about where's your attention and your focus. You can shift your entire reality just with a thought, just with an action, just with an inaction, where you stop doing stuff that like isn't good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And trust you'll get there. You've got love teams, whether they have a physical body, it could be family, friends, loved ones, partner, children, animals, pets. And then you've got your love team, those that you may or may not be able to see. Depends. We've got guides, we've got our higher selves, I call them love team, because I don't know who it might be, but I don't need to put a name on it. And so we have the whole universe with us, and it's up to each and every single one of us to ask for the help where we need it, to ask for clarity, ask for love, ask for healing, to direct well wishes upon everyone you meet, and then just let it go. So you're free of that as well. Like, release the bonds. We don't need to tangle ourselves up with anyone else. Just detangle yourselves. That's this. I think then this is also the year of 2026 is the year of one. Of if you add all the numbers up, it's one. It's a unity. 21, 26 is two. So it's in about balance. So again, as well, the numbers where we're going, they're telling us the new cycles in the future. It's the integration and the embodiment of what we've learned before, and we can always move ahead, and our evolution will always, you can't ever de-evolve, really. Once your eyes are open, they're open. So continue making the efforts, and you'll continue evolving and just having a great time. You realize, oh my God, I'm meant to be having a great time here. This is the whole reason I'm here. This is like the party lifetime. So make the most of it. Have fun. Enjoy it.
Wonderful, wonderful advice. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Well, before we go, just focusing on how this future you feels, focusing on maybe the color or the brightness of that light, that non-physical form that you found yourself in, as you focus on how that feels, just feeling that through every cell in your body, that high vibration, positive, love focused energy, building that feeling up all throughout your being, feeling it in every cell of your body, turning it up if you'd like, as if you had a dial 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, 100 times. Just really feeling that feeling and how good it feels. And as you anchor in that future energy, that love, that light, knowing that this is your energy, the energy of your higher self, bringing that positive feeling, that wonderful future energy back with you as you drift gently back to the present moment, bringing with you that wonderful feeling from the future, that bright love light, bringing that with you as you return.